like Mary cocaine and some pills. I can't be nothing but real. I spit that shit they can feel. If I cut you off in no love loss, nigga, I just know the deal. And I give a fuck how you feel. This rap shit, it ain't for a deal. I'm tryna sell to the streets, like Mary cocaine and some pills. Hey, these haters like fleas, keep shaking them off me. Hey, treat them like COVID, put them in a coffin. Hey, black gun in the mud, that combo called coffee. Hey, black gun in the mud, that combo called coffee. Woo, what can I do for you niggas not to be salty? Woo, that's why y'all bitches be choosing, cause they really know where the sauce be. Woo, they would just lose you and find me, and you can just call me a car king. Woo, they think the grass gon' be greener, and that nigga love you, I don't, bitch. No, I'm about bread. I'ma just get rid of her like the weed that she had in her head. I give her the room, cause the flight is all night, I ain't going to bed. Forgot about her after I done just smoked this whole blunt to the head. Yeah, bitch, I'm a savage. I am. The bitch that I fuck with was right there with me when a nigga ain't had shit. That's why when she called, I thought her the us like my name was Magic. Right there. To my understanding and my definition, now that is a bad bitch. Yeah. I can't be nothing but real. I spit that shit they can feel. If I cut you off in no love loss, nigga, I just know the deal. And I give a fuck how you feel. This rap shit, it ain't for a deal. I'm tryna sell to the streets, like Mary cocaine and some pills. I can't be nothing but real. I spit that shit they can
To find quality entertainment, discover Blackwire TV, the ultimate streaming service. Enjoy over 11,000 live channels, more than 24,000 new and classic movies, and 7,000 plus series at your fingertips. Experience thrilling live sports and exclusive free PPV events, all designed for non-stop entertainment. Experience unmatched convenience now. With Blackwire TV, every moment becomes a cinematic adventure. Transform your viewing experience with dynamic, high-energy content that keeps you engaged 24/7. Join Blackwire TV today and always have something extraordinary to watch.
Yeah. Get with that Blackwire TV, y'all, man. It's only $25 a month. $10. You get 2 devices. Every other 2 devices you add on is an extra $10. That's it, and you got it. You can take it on the road with you. You know, if you're on vacation in your hotel room or whatever you got going on, that's that Blackwire for you. I'm telling you, it's gonna help you delete all apps. You're gonna save a lot of money, and that's it. It is what it is. But let's get back to the song.
pills. Woo. Can't nobody be trusted. Oh no, bitch, I am living no feelings and I ain't condoning no fuck shit. I know. Better stay on my good side, cause I can just give you that mask and that glove shit. It's an infinite number of you pussy ass niggas that I don't fuck with. No way, I'm fucking them up. I'm killing them just like I'm Kobe the night that he gave the game up. I run on this bitch like I'm Casper, a nigga remaining untouched. I'm so far ahead of these niggas, no need to come through in the clutch. I'm up, I can't be nothing but real. I spit that shit they can feel. If I cut you off in no love loss, nigga, I just know the deal. And I give a fuck how you feel. This rap shit, it ain't for a deal. I'm tryna sell to the streets, like Mary cocaine and some pills. I can't be nothing but real. I spit that shit they can feel. If I cut you off in no love loss, nigga, I just know the deal. And I give a fuck how you feel. This rap shit, it ain't for a deal. I'm tryna sell to the streets, like Mary cocaine and some pills.
And y'all know we back. We back at it, man. It's another episode of Do You Be Listening Though? You know, we took a little break, but we back. And we gonna always be here. So don't ever think we ain't coming back. But we got lives to live, you know. We got businesses to run, we got jobs to work, and we got vacations to have too sometimes. So, you know, I just spent my weekend in Vegas since Friday. I had a time, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had a time. You know, I'm still a normal person, you know, still trying to get over certain things. But guess what? I'm here with it. It's all a learning experience, and I'm here to learn with y'all. So, with that being said, I got my co-host with me, like all times, man. You know, give a shout out to Tone. You know, we in the building, man. You already know. Peace of prosperity to you and your family, Tone. Just like he had come out and tell me. So let's get it started.
Yes, sir, man. So you know how we started off? Peace and blessing and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since you said prosperity to you, the community, and my family,
Right.
prosperity with the P ends to posterity with the T.
Mm.
Posterity being your great grands, your grandchildren, things that come after you. You want to leave some for them as well. Can't be selfish. But yeah, man, like you say, we back, man. But we ain't never went nowhere. And
No,
at the same right, and at the same token, I just want to add a little tidbit to your vacation because I wanted to mention, like before I kind of mentioned it to you slightly, vacate. We do etymology, which is one of our core studies.
Yep.
So when we vacate, that means we try to leave something, something behind,
Like a vacancy.
Right, exactly. So, not to get too far off into the etymology, because it is Wednesday, it is Wednesday, right? Right. Spiritual hump day, right. So
Yes.
yeah, so not to get too much into the etymology, but we would rather take trips. So we could take trips out the body, we could take trips with the body, you know what I'm saying? We could take trips with psychedelic substances, we could take trips with. So I just wanted to clarify what we do when we vacate the premises or when we leave and take trips, because we do both. We got the right to do both.
Okay.
Yeah. So which one did you do, Brian? Did you take a trip or did you vacate?
I mean, I took a trip.
Okay.
But I did vacate because I left some shit behind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You took a trip within your vacation.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So what's the title today, Brian?
Man. So the title is You Delete Fear When You Remember Who You Are.
You delete fear when you remember who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. Remember who you are.
All right.
So remembering who I am, to me, brings about a term called reincarnation. So I think that's kind of a taboo term in America, the Western society. But I ain't gonna go there just yet. But I'm talking about my reincarnation, on how I came to understand a little bit about myself. Typically, from the things and sources that I read, I haven't delved too much on the mental level on reincarnation. Mine has been more on the meditation side. And me being born in the 1974, you typically reincarnate right away, because it's karma. You're trying to clean karma according to what I've learned. So there's no need for you to enjoy the astral or causal, or the superconscious realm if doing some soul work. So your soul work into your reincarnation revealed to me that I was more so probably brought up in that Jim Crow era before I was killed. I was more than likely some form of a leader because of my barbering, and barbering during that time actually had the community. It had efforts to bring the community together. It was more so a leadership type of a program that barber was during that 1900s time. And then by me reincarnating in 1974 could have easily meant that I died in the 1900s. And I always been a rebellious type of a person. And I say a lot of that rebellion, of course, comes from nurturing, which is the physical, but a lot of it also came through my karmic past, which was the nature of me being here in the soul. So I always had a problem with authority, with rebellion, and it says that you can recognize your reincarnations by the things you tend to do, your karmic past. You here to change things, not necessarily bad karma, good karma. It's just a part of your soul that needs to change to be elevated to a certain level, or what that certain level being Christ consciousness or Godship. Reincarnating back into the source.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I revealed through my meditation some time ago about my reincarnation. I'm from the South and I ain't take that shit. Yeah. How y'all feel about y'all reincarnation, audience? What do y'all think about what? Because we all whether you go with a Western society, we all kind of tapping into reincarnation theories now because it's being talked about more. So I like to ask the audience, and ask you, Brian, because I didn't want you to know I was going to ask you that. But you know, what would you do if you had the opportunity to say, this was my reincarnation, and you do have that opportunity? All you have to do is go back, you know, get real calm and still. We always talk about meditation. And you go into your meditation, you ask certain questions, and you know, you can also do, you know, your family tree, talk to your grandparents, and you can get more of a physical understanding on what lives was had back then, you know, because your family lineage is still part of your reincarnation, because reincarnation is still attached to the DNA.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the way I feel about that, I don't know. Sometimes I think the only one I connect with is a very past life. Is I was some kind of warrior,
Mm.
and I can't really remember what it is, and I know I died to save others.
Mm.
I mean, that's just something I always resonated with. You know what I mean? And I think that's something I resonate with now, because it seemed like I put others before myself. And
So when you say a warrior, do you feel like some form of like military warrior? Why do you feel warrior? What?
Yeah, like I was out there swinging swords.
Okay. So what I would tell you, what I would not tell you, but what I would advise how I practiced it, because you can get different revelations over time, because who you say you are now could be coming from some form of a karmic understanding or remembrance you had 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So because we travel through these different, you know, lifetimes or different reincarnations, you can bring about memories that are from the past or future because of that energetic field. So when you remembering something, remember that it's not linear. It flows all together. It's past, future, present. Exactly. So you could reincarnate it at one time as, you know, a sword bearer. You know, we don't get into that. We'll get into that a little bit in a second, but you can go ahead and keep going, bro.
Yeah. I mean, when you talk about the Akashic records, you already talking about, you know,
We
just
talking
that
about reincarnation right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
See? Okay, audience, for y'all to, you know, just because, you know, I see he went into the energetic field on that, it just was about the conversation. But tonight's build is about reincarnation and the Akashic records.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the fear that's stopping us. You know, so what's the title again, Grind?
The title is hold on one second. Because you know, I just be going on the fly. You delete fear when you remember who you are.
Okay, right. So deleting the fear and remembering who you are. Remembering who you are, like I said, brings about reincarnation. But when you look in, however, when you look into reincarnation, you also still have to look into what we call the Akashic records, or these books, because things have already proposed to have been written, which was somewhere where you was going within our general conversation, you know, or is it written, you know, which is the Akasha, you know, or is it, how does that work? I don't want to give away an answer to the question at the same token, but I don't know if you wanted to go there with Akasha, but we still was dealing with reincarnation, sir.
Well, let's deal with reincarnation. I think people more fear death than coming back. You know?
Yeah.
They don't even understand that if you hated it here now, you're gonna hate it again.
Right.
So,
well, when you say it like that, though, you know, in America, it's taboo because of Christianity. So they don't believe in reincarnation as much as they believe in a resurrection. You know, so the resurrection is more so what they kind of look at versus reincarnation, because it doesn't directly speak about it in the Bible, but it kind of plays with it. You have to read between the lines. And I kind of took that down. It's funny that we even went there, but it says in Matthew 11:14, it says Elijah is who was to come. It's Elijah who was to come. So that's predicting something that hasn't happened yet.
Well, you know, when when they always bring up an example of visually of the rapture, it always shows people going up as the body. They just shoot up whole body, all matter going, and they think that's gonna be who they is when they die. You know what I mean? The skin suit.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's kind of, yeah.
just like when you got an image of Jesus, they look at Jesus as the image, the picture, whatever they depicted in the Bible, or the skin of brass, the hair of wool, whatever, instead of the spirit. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Or
Like
soul, right.
the
Spirit
soul.
and soul. Spirit and
So you know what I
soul.
mean? Like, so it shouldn't be an image that's drawn up in your
Which
head
is physical.
of physically of what something look like or what it is. Like even when it comes to yourself, when you look in the mirror, you shouldn't even see the skin. You should know that you are not the suit. You are.
Okay, let's go into that a little bit, because um I'm gonna back up to the Bible verses that kind of talk about reincarnation, but that's not necessarily necessary because they don't really speak it out. You got to pull it out, and people
Right.
always try to say interpretation is X, Y, Z. But when you talk about the physical body has a reincarnation. That's
Mhm.
kind of like what they've been doing lately with these tree burial things. You know what I'm saying? They got
Yeah.
this. They got that little biodegradable urns. You put your family inside of a tree, and they merge the dirt with the I guess the decomposed burnt substance of the physical body. So the
Right.
physical body is made up of the periodic table.
Mm-hmm.
So the physical body does eventually reincarnate into soil, into
Yeah.
plants,
I
and
got
into
you on that note. Yeah.
exactly, and into
Yeah.
animals as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the reincarnation of the body is still real. It's just that when we put it in that casket, we think that that's going to hold it for a period of time. Well, that period of time, some think is eternity. Like you say, this whole suit, this whole people raising up out of these caskets through the dirt. You think
Right.
that physical body can come out of that casket, and it doesn't happen like that. It's
Yeah.
allegorical, to say the least. Not to say that it's an all outright fairy tale, but it's allegorical, to say the least. So
Right.
even putting itself in that box, if you look at that box, those boxes, even if it's titanium, platinum, whatever it is, it eventually has a biodegradable date.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, your physical body still biodegrades and reincarnates into whatever substance that is below that earth, 6 feet, 3 feet, or however, we ain't gonna get into why they talk about the 6 feet deep, but go ahead.
Back to nature.
And
Yeah.
back to nature, it goes back to nature.
Right. Back to nature.
Right.
So,
So
yeah. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So like you were saying earlier, you were saying that that reincarnation is more instant than people think it is. You come right back, and I believe that. Um, that's something I don't think we spend all that time in the causal realm, and or we had to go to hell or whatever, heaven and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I think you got to come right back and pay that debt, and I think that is the teaching lesson. But you get your memory wiped. You don't remember that past life. It's up to you to tap into that.
Right.
Uh,
Now to kind of flip into where we going as well, because it still relates to both.
mhm,
You said we come right back. We have to look at time as a human, as a construct, meaning that plants don't operate on. We talk about that in other shows.
mhm,
Plants don't operate, and animals don't operate it. So when you look at time coming right back, near-death experiences and other write-ups talk about, you see your life flash before you. Well, you see the good and bad deeds in a comforting way. That way you can understand what's next. What's next? Why are you incarnated again? What karma do you need to burn? So
mhm,
that is the life that you see. You see your good deeds, you see your missed opportunities, you see things that you could have done,
mhm,
opportunities that you had to make things right. And now I'm not saying that this is what you see because of my experience with death, because I haven't experienced death. I experienced understanding through meditation. But upon studying near-death experiences, this is what they've seen. So
mhm,
so they've talked about these aspects of life that they see. And when you see things in these aspects of life, those are the Akashic records. So I just wanted to just throw that Akashic record word out there,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So I kind of got like an example, but I can't show it. Of what they showed on the show. It was on Netflix. Dealing with the Greek gods, basically in modern time, and they basically show how people die, and they was like going through a black and white realm.
Mm,
Everything was in black and white,
mm,
and in order for them to come back, they was leading the people down to the water.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? They had to swim through the water, and then they come back to their new body, or it was people that kind of basically like was blasphemers or rebuke God, the gods, and then they had to stay in that black and white realm for like 200 years, and basically work every day, boring day life and all that stuff until they can go back to being reincarnated. But in the show, they was having problems because they was clogging up something, and then it was basically erasing souls or something like that.
So right then and there, they tells you that they put all of the science right there in the movies.
Yeah.
We could decode that movie, but why? We don't even have to
Hmm.
decode that movie because it's clearly telling you that
Yeah.
the time to be had, and I think that's the biggest fear. That's why we fear death, because we don't understand that there's a time to be had through this whole journey. This
Hmm.
journey should be experienced as a time to be had. We should stop looking left and right and just kind of pick up our sword and go with the flow. You know, take on a new marker that says that in this life, I will be the most present that I've ever been. I will live in this life fully,
Hmm.
because we live as if it's linear, but we know that when we look at the past, we truly bring in that energetic field right here with us. It's
Right.
causing all sorts of imbalance. It's causing dis-ease. It's causing all sorts of things. So although we think we looking at it linear, no, we putting the past right on top of us, right in our body, right in our etheric field. So we need to focus in more so on this present moment, stay as present as possible. That way you can understand what your true mission this time around is.
Well, you asked me a question that struck me, and you asked me what are you doing to take care of yourself, and what are you doing for yourself? And my answer to that question is not enough.
I like that because it was a personal reflection. It wasn't even a question for you,
Yeah.
and by you bringing it to the platform for the audience,
Hmm.
I really spoke that into your life to help you see that you always have the opportunity to do more for yourself, because it
Hmm.
says, man, know thyself. We can
Yeah.
Google it, we can try to find out how ancient it is, but the whole point to make is that it's a personal journey. At the end of the day, we get all of these desires and attachments, and it's still a personal journey. So
Yeah.
through my wisdom, through my pain, and through my reflection and in meditation, I found out that there's only one thing. There's only one thing to do, and that's to find out who I am in a personal, energetic, a solar type of a way. What am I? Who am I? So when I
Hmm.
asked you that question, I just wanted to be plainly physical at first. I wanted to
Yeah.
be simplistic and mundane as possible. That's when I would ask the audience this same question. What are you doing for yourself? What are you truly doing for yourself? But then I went on to ask you, what are you doing for yourself physically? What are you doing
Hmm.
for yourself mentally? And what are you doing for yourself spiritually? But that's what I would ask. What are you doing for yourself? And a
Hmm.
lot of people try to make, doing for self as a selfish action. But when I say self, I mean do for self is within love.
Hmm.
How are we loving on ourselves?
Hmm.
How are we making preparations to take care of ourselves? How are we, internally massaging our insides? How are we massaging our brain? How are we coming to homeostasis balance within this realm that we living in? We
Yeah.
talk about relationships, we talk about finances. Man, all of this stuff is tied into our reincarnation.
Yeah.
This is why we here. We here to figure this stuff out. We
Hmm.
here to figure out, why can't we keep a mate? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And that's all written in the Akasha.
Hmm. that balance, to find the balance
Right.
in between the chaos. But you know, but people don't understand that chaos is also the happiness, the excitement. You know what I mean? Because you don't have control. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So to gain ultimate control before we part from this shell that we live in is, I think that's the mission.
Well, I agree, and then I expound on that to say to gain control is to lose all control.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is that for me to have some form of gaining control through my prayer, fasting, meditation, exercise, just changing my life, the way I gained some control was to actually by willpower stay in the present moment.
Yeah.
So that was me gaining control. And then I figured that once I gained that control in the present moment, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Because all knowing in that present moment, it just was a wash of information. It's too much.
Yeah.
You know, so for me now, like I said, coming in this evolutionary process of a chronological year and in a solar year, I choose to lose control. I choose to set an intention and not look at how the outcome will play. Why? Because in my own incarnation as a Leo, as a alpha, as a one, I wanted to control everything. So me controlling everything was at the highest point in my life. If I can control it, I can see it, I can manifest it. It's what I can always see with my eye. I don't want to believe it if I can't see it. That's how I lived. I lived like that, but it was a reality for me that worked, you know? So yeah, bro. So yeah, we do want to gain control to eventually lose control.
Yeah.
Lose control over the outcome.
And that's what, so are you saying that from that ego standpoint?
I'm saying it from losing the egoic control over the outcome. I'm saying prepare, plan, intuit, set an intention, do all you can as a solar being, as a physical being, as a God in your Godship to make a plan but not to control the outcome. Because we can set intentions, we can do things on a physical level. However, the outcome has already within that present moment. So when we can go into that now because you asked me if within the Akashic record, if it's already written, then what happens to the change? The change is given to us with our free will. The Akashic is ever changing, the past, the present, and the future being not linear, being on top of collapsed into one. We're changing that with our vibration, which is our will. So yes, there's a divine plan set out for us, and that divine plan has a straight path, and that straight path is straight up the spine. We won't get into that. That's for the Patreon. It's the middle path. It's the thin road. It's the eye of a needle.
Right.
That they talk about, but yeah, bro.
So from my knowledge, the Akashic records is the library that holds all basically memories, emotions, everything spiritual basically is in the Akashic record.
So you spot on because they call it several things: the field, the ether. So if you 5-part, if it's a 5-part universe, if it's a 5-part making, air, water, earth, fire, and ether. Ether being the first before vibration. This is where vibration and sound sits at. So ether is in the etheric field, which is the spiritual realm. So within that realm, now that's what produces everything, which comes out of the Akasha.
Okay.
So the information is within that field. So some call that field the causal realm. So that causal realm is where thoughts and emotions are residing. When we think that these things are just random, or we think that it's coincidence and all of this, that, and other, instead of knowing.
From your opinion, do you think things can be a coincidence?
Nothing is coincidence.
Okay.
Nothing is a coincidence.
So you think everything happens for a reason, for real?
I think that if you live purely on cause and effect, that's
Mhm.
a loss. But I also believe that the balance of that is that there's a there's a path.
Mhm.
You know, so therefore you either walking by a path which is laid within your positive, negative, energetic field, or you walking by cause and effect, and you just think that, oh man, because of this, did this, and then this is the reason why. No, some things are just clearly not some things, all things are clearly there to awaken you.
Mhm.
Nothing is against you.
Okay.
So if you ask that question again, I'll go even deeper on that. But go ahead, because I was thinking about a couple different things at the same time.
Well, I want to get back into reincarnation. When you,
Oh, ask that question again because I wanna think one a little bit deeper on that question.
uh, damn, what the fuck was I just at?
Oh, you think because basically you said that things are
Oh, I asked you, did you
leaving
believe in coincidence, or do you
coincidences.
think everything happens for a reason for real?
Exactly. So we would have
Yeah.
to rewind it back if we could have rewinded
Yeah.
it back right there. So once again, let me stop what I'm doing and let me go back into that
Mhm.
because we will revisit the etymology of coincidence because I don't know the etymology of coincidence, first and
Okay.
foremost, because I
Okay.
think it's a layered and it's a deeper meaning than coincidence.
Yeah, because you got coincide. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
when you say coincidence to me, I don't want to use it as deep as I'm taking it. I'll just use it, like I said before, as cause and effects. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So if you believe in coincidences, that means that nothing that you truly programmed, meaning that the mind is all. The mind is mental. So mental,
Mhm.
everything is mental. Everything is the mind. So that means
Mhm.
the mind of God, which is the macro, and the mind of man, which is the micro. So in your mind, you are planning out this future. You are doing these things in sequence that is bringing about a result that you probably didn't ask for. Oh, I didn't ask for this. Well, you asked for it.
Yeah.
You asked for lack by always complaining. I don't
Yeah.
want this to happen. I don't. So therefore, we that fear aspect prepares us for something that we consider negative, but that negative actually should push you towards your true self, your Godship, your holiness.
Mhm.
So most of us live it out through pain. So
Mhm.
most of us only get that activation through pain. So some of us get that activation through, some form of enlightenment. Some of us get that activation through psychedelics.
Mhm.
But either way, your activation has to happen or your reincarnation is for sure.
Yeah.
Reincarnation being part of the process anyway, because if eternity to us is one thing, which is a number that we can't even think about, what about the eternity to the creator? We can't fathom that. So if we constantly are reincarnating, at some point we should reincarnate as a divine being, i.e., look at Black Panther. Black Panther, when he was going to the ancestral realm, he
Mhm.
he could have stayed or he could have came back. He chose
Mhm.
to come back. He had a more of a mission to complete.
Mhm.
I don't think that there's a such thing as coincidences. I think that the lack of awareness creates what we call coincidences.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That make a lot of sense. You know that that what you call it, out of sight, out of mind,
Yeah,
absent minded. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, and that's a lot of people. That a lot of people do lack awareness, especially when it comes to uh what to feed themselves, mentally, physically, spiritually. And that was another part of that, because when you asked me that question, something I wrote behind that was, do you know how to properly take care of yourself?
mm,
And I don't think a lot of people are taught or even learn to take care of themselves in a proper way. You know what I mean? And
right.
I've actually fell victim to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I eat that burger and I know I'm not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I know I should meditate more. You know what I'm saying? I know I should pray more. I know it's like but we neglect these things to go into the world every day and go work or make some money or stress over a bill or, whatever the cause may be for you to neglect whatever it is that you need to, feed yourself, for greater purposes.
just the awareness is enough.
Yeah.
So for you being aware that there's more to it is enough. That's what opens up the door.
Yeah.
So because there are people, you know, it's definitely not people that's in our audience. It's definitely not people that we're attracting, but there are people that are not asking that question. They're
Mhm.
not saying I can do more. There is more. Can I be a better person? Can I feed myself right? How do I take care of myself? They're not
Yeah.
even asking that question because they living through their desires. They living through alcoholism. They living through a poison that blocks them from that.
Mhm.
So while they're being blocked, that blockage is actually pushing them around, which is away, but away from source, so they can actually come back to source through their free will.
Right.
So even you know, even the ones that are aware that it's happening, we're still being pushed away from source.
Mhm.
So, but that's a constant reminder. When you know that you're being pushed away from source, or you can resonate, or you can hear it, or you can feel it, then that's your ignition to turn back around.
Mhm.
So you're right. Throughout the day, we all have those same challenges. Like I was telling you about hindsight, within my challenges, I'm correcting them faster. Well, why should you have to wait till you're chronologically my age to correct them faster? If we sharing, you know, information now to correct your, you know, correct your life, you correct this life, you correct all your karmic lives. You can quantum jump, you can time leap. So I time leaped, I quantum jumped my reality. I changed my reality and moved it to a different person, which is still the same person on that field that I showed you. Where
Yeah.
that physical field has the color light, the color spectrum, and then you have the X-ray field, which is vibration faster. You have the infrared field, which is vibrating slower.
Mhm.
So within that field, there's several personages or several lives that I live in, several dimensions that I live in. And one
Mhm.
of those dimensions, my career as a drug dealer and as a failure as a human could still possibly exist. However, timeline jumped into a reality that now erased that karma.
Mhm.
So now I'm in a timeline of being a barber, being successful, bringing forth fortune to my family, bringing forth fortune to my friends,
Yeah.
to understanding. So that's called a timeline jump. But going back lets you know that you're jumping within timelines. So it's
Mhm.
just like the person, you know, go back to like my grandmother say, the dog going back to the vomit. So that's showing you that you are doing some type of change within an energetic field. Paul said he dies daily. So you should reincarnate, you should die daily from old
Mhm.
habits, from old, you know, physical habits, from thoughts. You know, actually can be considered a reincarnation, you know.
So, is reincarnation for the body, the soul, or the spirit?
So when you say reincarnation, you
Mhm.
have you have a physical body, you have a solar body and a spiritual body. So the physical body, we just explained how it dies and reincarnates
Mhm.
in other forms of the periodic table. The soul has a reincarnation of reproof, which shows and identifies through the chakras. So you go up the ladder of the chakra system. So the soul does reincarnate, but it reincarnates to become a higher vibrational being to go
Mhm.
back to the essence of source.
Yeah.
So the spirit does not reincarnate. It is the energetic field of source. It is source. It goes back to which it came.
Mhm.
So you do have a reincarnation, a sequence, but
Okay.
but the physical body reincarnates into the periodic table. The solar body reincarnates up the chakra system. It's still a soul, still one divine spark. It still comes from the one source, the one soul that's all broken into pieces now.
Mhm.
So we still are learning to get back to our true essence of our soul through our subconscious, through our memory, through our self-realization.
Mhm.
The spirit is not ours. It's energetic. It goes back to its source, which
Mhm.
we will once return.
Yeah. So it's kind of like saying you go back to who you truly are.
Of course,
Yeah.
So going back to who you truly are, if you in an akasha, you know, there's a practice within the akasha to actually go into your meditation and ask for remembrance. When in Revelations they spoke about the akashic records, when they spoke about the books, I forgot the exact verse in Revelations. I did have it pulled up. I'm getting better with addresses in the Bible, shall I say? So yeah, man. So a lot of this stuff too, I just wanted to point out that way people can kind of go into their own study. Edgar Case, Edgarcayce, Edgar Case. He has he's called the Sleeping Prophet. He gave 14,000 trance revelations, trance readings. He did it in trance. And then you have Rudolf Steiner, Steiner, Ner, and he claimed to access the Akashic Chronicles, you know, saying history goes far beyond written records. And then you have, of course, modern readers, you know, and people like that to kind of talk about the Akashic records.
Okay.
So we can access the Akashic records.
Yeah. And that's the
Brian. Wait.
you know, because you know I'll be reading and all kind of stuff too.
I know you thinking and reading at the same time.
So my last and my last and final question is do you have an answer for let me see how I can word this right. To stop the reincarnation process after death of the body, or is that something that we just all got to go through?
Okay, all right. Let's because you're gonna remember that, but let's back up a little bit. Okay. First and foremost, you said you wanted to ask me a question. I accept that only because you know we celebrate this age gap. But you're not asking me no questions, man. I don't have all the answers. I'm not.
I ain't saying you do. That's why I said, do you have an answer?
I just wanted to jokingly clear that up, though, honestly, because we do a lot of studying, man.
Yeah.
So from my studying, the question you asked was basically, do we stop reincarnation? And we kind of visited that when I said that in Black Panther, when he died, he actually went to the ancestral realm and they wanted him to stay, but he wanted to come back. So the ancestral soul, you don't stop reincarnation. That's not your choice. That was what was given to the soul to elevate up the ladder. You wasn't given that. This was something that's a product of the dream of God, per se.
Listeners who didn't wish to hear about such things should turn off their.
Did you hear that?
I sure did.
My bad.
Yeah. So I think that once we fully realize, then we have from what I read, we have the opportunity to come back and help, you know. So I don't have enough you know, that comes in a deeper meditation, you know, that comes through a lot of soul searching, a lot of and how we get these things is that actuality, you can meditate, you can look into the Akasha, you can try to, you know, practice these things. It might not seem like it's working in the beginning. You know, you could do this for years, but long as you're doing it, something is gonna happen. So this is not something that's just given to, you know, into what they call it ESP. It's not just given to one person, you know, being able to tap into the causal realm of people's thoughts is not just given to one person, but it takes a lot of centering, it takes a lot of grounding, a lot of meditation. So for me to even kind of have come this far is which really is not far. I understand, but as far within my journey, it took a lot of supplication, a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of pain, a lot of self-inflicted wounds. You know, so I don't understand enough to say how do we stop reincarnation, you know. But what I do understand is that through this incarnation, that you can have an abundant life. You know, I'm having glimpses of an abundant life.
Yeah.
So I'm living in this physical realm. Like everything is not all good. Of course, you know, I can't lie and say things are all good, and I won't begin to tell you the downs that are there because we human, we experience them both. But these moments of bliss that I'm experiencing, these moments of triumph that I'm experiencing is greater than anything I've ever experienced. And it has come through the awareness of self, through meditation, you know, through trying to find it out.
Right.
So I don't understand if there is even a deep enough level to stop reincarnation. You know, but what I will say and what I do understand is that whatever life you given at that moment, live the hell out there, mother. Live it. Live it. That's what's gonna stop it. Live it. Stop
Live it or
complaining.
be livid.
Man, right. You know, stop complaining. Stop past, you know, bringing back the past. You know, whatever life that you got right there in that present moment, you know, like we always say, if it's a 911 emergency, you call 911, you know.
Here you go.
So, I gotta keep
Here you
that
go,
realistic.
man.
You know, I gotta keep realistic, you know. Like Meech and them say, you know, if somebody beat your grandmama, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Meech and Ill Grime, you know, to the other
Shout
young
out to the bros, man.
yeah, man. But yeah, man, this thing we living in, man, is we can find out about it. We
Yeah.
can find out about it, you know.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for today, man. This was
That's all you got. Hey,
yeah.
hey, this
That's all.
always you know, I like doing this enough to say that whenever we feel like getting off, it's never time to get off. We always feel
Yeah.
like we
Yeah,
got
because it's always something to expound on. So,
right,
you know, I be sometimes I just zone out, man, and just be that stupid, man. I can't help it.
right.
Because
Well, yeah, man.
I like to just soak in information.
Right. I agree because you know, like you joked with me today, just to give y'all a little glimpse into our lives, you know. Uh I played a lot, man. I had my fun, man. You know,
Yeah.
I've been in Lagos, Nigeria, you know. They say if you want to have fun in Africa, go to Lagos, man. I've been there. So I just said that to say that my fun, man, today, I did a lot of studying. You know, because when you said, "Oh man, what we gonna talk about? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that." You know, the first thing that came to my mind is like, "Oh my God, where's the student at me? I gotta go. I gotta really go do some studying." You know,
Right.
so I enjoy my new life of studying and just trying to really figure my own self out because figuring my own self out hopefully resonates to others to help them figure themselves out.
Right.
You know, and I just wanted to tip off into the Akasha a little bit to say that it gets fun enough to where you had a name that was spoken to you when you was created. So you know, I just wanted to, you know,
he gonna he gonna leave he gonna leave with some shit. Now you gotta think, y'all. He left y'all with
I'm
something to think
I'm
about.
just saying though. So you know,
Yeah.
your mama named you.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? If reincarnation is understood, that means that your mama named you. You had several mamas that named you.
Mm-hmm.
But what about that first spark of your
Yeah.
existence when the creator spoke your name?
Mm.
So you can find that out. I just want to say that you can find that out, you know.
Yeah.
And also while you're finding that out, you can create it. You're an energetic being that has power to create.
Right.
So create you something new. Create you a
Yeah.
new name. Start with your name, you know. Change your Akasha. Change your path.
Yeah, that's what the nickname is for. You know what I mean? For them purposes. It ain't here for no reason.
Oh, there you go.
Nothing new under the sun, baby.
There you go. That's right. Yeah. Well, man, it's been a great build, man. We just chipped off, you know, this not even, you know, the iceberg of this is an ice chip of
Yeah.
what Akashic records and where, you know, reincarnation and that type of thing. I just want to say like that they don't know that we was absent, but now y'all know, y'all know we was absent, but at the same token, why I say y'all don't know as the audience, don't know we was absent is because we like what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you do, we make ourselves feel like it's not a day that goes by like this is cool. Let's do this,
Right.
So we just wanted to relate to y'all is that even on your plan, there are gonna be pitfalls, holes, black holes, redirections, you know what I'm saying? So, but don't fall short from the plan. Don't fall too far from your intention. That's just what I wanted to share about that Akashic Records and reincarnation, because it is all part of the same thing. Let's not rewrite it to where we have to have a lot of more pain. Let's rewrite our history, our Akasha, to where we enjoy this bliss, this peace on earth,
And y'all, and with that being said, y'all, we be back for y'all, man, on Financial Friday. You know what I mean? We got something in the works for y'all, man. It's gonna be real informative, man. Thanks for the people who tune in with us. If you here, just hit that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only a click away. You know what I'm saying? Don't, and feel free to comment if you got something to say about what's going on, even if it's a question, that y'all, want us to answer or something like that. Y'all not helping with the Q&A show. I need that. I need y'all to hit that inbox. I leave ways for y'all to contact us in the description. You can find us. You can just email me, or you can just hit us up on Instagram in the DM, and we be there for that, man. We want to make y'all a part of the show, especially if y'all want to come up, and speak or whatever. I do have the phone number ready for y'all to call in if y'all want to just come chime in on the phone line. So on Financial Friday, that phone number will be provided in the description, along with other ways to contact us and be able to talk to us personally if you need to, or just just to come on the show. So with that being said, y'all, I just got one question for y'all, man, before I get out of here. Do you be listening though? And that's it, man. And I got a sample of a song, man. And, I'm gonna bring it out the cut. You know what I'm saying? This is a secret song. You know what I mean? And I'm about to play it for y'all. So here it is. Man, that was loud ass thunder right there, buddy. Here it is.
Listeners who didn't wish to hear about such things should turn off their radios.
Pretty much. I don't know if y'all want me to jump right into this one though, but some shit need an intro. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this shit right, man. Yeah. Like who you gonna ride with? Like who you wanna vibe with? Who you wanna slide with? Like who you wanna die with? Yeah, I don't give them the time of day, cause I don't got the day at a time. I'm in my own mind. I don't give them the time of day, cause I don't got the day at a time. I'm in my own mind. Yeah, I'm on a whole different mainframe. If you follow me, just watch how the lane change. I swear they all do the same thing. If you ask me, they all got the same brain. Yeah, it's like they all go to sleep together. Cause I swear to God, they all got the same dream. Everybody feel like they the shit, but everybody can't be a damn king or a damn queen. Man, you bots need to give it a break. Man, go ahead, pull a hamstring. They keep losing cause they fighting each other, and they all on the same team. They all fake like the crooked ladder. Nigga, I'm straight over here. You think crooked's better? They need knowledge itself. Man, they need to put a book together, or they gon' wind up booked forever. Like who you gonna ride with? Like who you wanna vibe with? Who you wanna slide with? Like who you wanna die with? Yeah, I don't give them the time of day, cause I don't got the day at a time. I'm in my own mind. I don't give them the time of day, cause I don't got the day at a time. I'm in my own mind. Yeah.
to find quality entertainment? Discover Blackwire TV, the ultimate streaming service. Enjoy over 11,000 live channels, more than 24,000 new and classic movies, and 7,000 plus series at your fingertips. Experience thrilling live sports and exclusive free PPV events, all designed for non-stop entertainment. Experience unmatched convenience now. With Blackwire TV, every moment becomes a cinematic adventure. Transform your viewing experience with dynamic, high-energy content that keeps you engaged 24/7. Join Blackwire TV today and always have something extraordinary to watch.
That's that Blackwire, y'all. $25 a month. Talk to me.